Hey guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're here in the fantastic circuit of Brands Hatch, but this time it will be the Indy version, so it's the small version. There's contact and a crash ahead of us to start this one off. We're back on the KTM 690 SMC as well, by the way, guys. A bike that it's really growing on me, honestly. We played it last time. I can't even remember the track, but we had a great time with it, and honestly it's really inspired me to try it again. So I'm close now to getting the affinity level. I need a good couple more laps, and just wanted to see if it was possible to lap the entire grid here in the Indy circuit of Brands Hatch. We're probably going to have to be on my best behaviour for this one. I don't want either any crashes or too many crashes, but I don't think we'll have too much of an issue with chasing them down. It all depends what the AI is like here in Brands Hatch, because of course, as we know, Ride 4 AI is not the strongest. Sometimes you do get the occasional battle where it can be really difficult, and sometimes they're just not very good. So far we have Johan Nielsen, which we're about to make the move on. He's on the Suzuki Katana. Up on the inside we go for Druids as he runs it deep. We're down in 8th place. You see George Adams leading the way in first, not a million miles away, as we slip up the inside of Yuki Uchimura, and we now bring on the power to try and tackle Konsta Koskinen, as he's just ahead of us there as we now go to round the outs. Oh, steady on. Look at the front end bouncing around as we go into the right hand side for the Clark curve there. You've seen it just getting really unstable as we're pulling out the slipstream and we're charging down the straight. Only Patricia Bouillon and George Adams ahead of us. Now, the last time we did it in Suzuka, it was a really fun time with the KTM 690, but I don't believe we lapped the grid. I don't recall doing that in a while. The last time we lapped anyone, or particularly a full grid's worth, would have been in Supercross 6, which I've been enjoying recently. So if you're interested in Monster Energy Supercross 6, definitely take a look at my videos, and also consider a look at the review as well, as definitely if you can consider purchasing it. So into Surtees we go. Back over to the right hand side, trying to get close in now for the Clark curve. You see Patricia Bouillon is eager to get through, but George Adams has held her up, and now this is it. I did take my time to start this one off, and I probably shouldn't have done, really. Probably should have just gone full gung-ho, but 30 laps here in Indy should give us a chance of getting this objective done. Brands Indy, a very small circuit, of course, but with the right combination of bike, tyres, and probably a bit of fortune will give us a chance of lapping the entire field. So now into the Graham Hill bend. It's just gone 10 to 9 here in the early hours of the morning. Now I am keen to see what time this one finishes at as well, because I've brought the clock forward a little bit rather than always finishing in pitch darkness. We might be able to finish a little bit earlier than that, but I don't really know. But with 30 laps and a track that is what, 40? We'll get a look at across the line before I make my assumption, but across the line it's going to be what? Yeah, okay, so it is definitely a 46-second lap time. It's not going to take too long, really. So we've got to hurry, though, because only pulling away, what, an extra couple of tenths of a second away from George Adams. This one's going to be an interesting one, because if it was a longer race, you can guarantee we'd be lapping them in no time. But in a circuit like this, which is less than a minute, sub 50 seconds. Oh, I really tried to slow down then to avoid the penalty. I really don't like getting the penalty here in Ride 4, and having that just reminder that you messed up is a frustrating experience. So we'll have to try and ignore that for now. 45,000th of a second of penalty will be added from the conclusion of this race. So across the line we lost 8/10 of a second. Of course, that was the lap time where we had a penalty as well. So, ooh, tight to the Paddock Hill bend, and now going to go into the braking zone for turn 2. Bit of an interesting one to brake on this bike, because it can brake extremely late, but it feels uncomfortable to do so. So I'm not actually slamming on the anchors. I don't really like doing that as a rule. If anything, I can always try and gradually bring on the brakes without reaching its maximum, and slow the bike in and gradually ease it in, rather than just hitting the full brake. So it's looking pretty good at the moment, but as we now bring on the power, you can see the graphic in the bottom left hand corner of your screen, we're getting closer to 12th rather than 12th. getting closer to us. So it's another 46 lap time, hoping to get into the 45s. You cannot be that close to the next increment a second without achieving your goal of the next second. Well, here on the KTM, big strong acceleration coming out the Druids. Now back over to the left hand side. The temperature is warming up to 24 degrees, 0.4 of a second quicker going into the first split. The second split rapidly, the third split rapidly approaches as you now go to the right hand side. It's now 0.5 of a second quicker, so the 45-second lap time is incoming across the line after a couple more bike lengths, and we will see. Here we go, a 45.936. Brilliant. A 45-second lap time is what I was looking for, and we found it. Not sure if we can do much better than that, because of course this is a big ask to take another second from a track that is only 46 seconds long. It would be damn near impossible, so I don't think that's going to happen. But guys and gals, if you are enjoying the content so far, I would like to ask you to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. Pushing hard to reach 6k, and we're almost there, so I would really appreciate your assistance. And of course, very importantly, each like and subscription does help YouTube promote my videos, so it does help. And of course, if you want to watch more content like this, then you're best off getting subscribed, just so you can continuously get updated with every single upload, which happens every day. But back to the action. Enough of that for now, because we are on lap 9 of 30, and we are still on the charge. 45,000 of a second penalty still remains, but it's really not going to make a difference in any part of this Grand Prix. Plenty of laps to go, but I'm still a little bit nervous. Can we catch up to second place? We'll easily catch up to 12th, but at the same time, I don't know if we're doing it quick enough. Might need to hurry the pace a little bit. Losing a 1/10 of a second here and there is not too much, but if I can go faster, then I want it. I want to push, and I want to achieve this little bit of a challenge that I've set out for myself today. So it's another 46-second lap time. Something that Ride 4 really needs is a counter or some sort of breakdown of lap times at the conclusion of Grand Prix, because when you do these 30 laps and you realise how close each lap time is, it's rather rewarding to see how consistent you've actually been. It could be something that help out the championships as well that we do on this channel, because it'd be keen to see what the riders are doing during the races. So something to think about for the future, I hope, for the Milestone devs. Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh, goodness me. I felt it go then. The bike absolutely went. If I didn't lift the bike up then, that was it, would have gone. It heated up so quickly on the front tyre there, and I just lost it. That's 2 seconds we've lost to Patricia Bouillon, George Adams, and importantly Cody Murray, who's in 12th. Straight back on it for the Paddock Hill bend and onwards, but that was a scary moment. I thought that was it. I really felt like that was it then. You hit too hard on the front brake, and that's it. You can feel the controller vibrates, the bike starts dipping, and you just have to lift up. It was almost Marquez-esque, but unfortunately didn't really seem the rider actually react to it. It just sort of like went up. That was about it. So, scary moment for the Clark curve, but we're good. Panic stations are over, and we are going to cross the line possibly before the guy in second reaches the third split. I think we did. So where they got up to the third split, we're already through, starting the 12th lap. If we can complete 30 laps and force them to only do 29, then that is an achievement in itself. That is the goal of today's video, and I'm still feeling very, very confident. If you're watching at this stage of the Grand Prix and you're not skipped ahead, let me know in the comment section down below if you think we're going to do this or not. I'm curious to see and keen to find out whether you guys have that faith in me. Whoa! That change of direction from Surtees going into the Clark curve just has me very nervous. The front of the tyre just doesn't feel good. What am I doing on the grass there? That's more penalty. What a stupid manoeuvre that was. That was completely my fault. Just lost track of it there, looking at the penalty on the right hand side, looking at everything else, not focusing on the race. Need to focus a little bit better as we go up 33,000th of a second for the first split. Now we are approaching the halfway point The temperature is at its maximum. I don't think it'll get any higher than 28 degrees, but prove me wrong, I don't mind. And the temperature and the time, it's getting darker. Minimusly, you know, it's not going dark rapidly, it's going dark quite gently and slowly, but still something to bear in mind. The lights come on, it gets a little bit more difficult to see, visibility low. Could be challenging. So across the line we will go. You can see, if you compare when we cross the line compared to the guy in second, which is George Adams, you'll see the difference per lap of how closer we are getting to the line and how longer it's taking him to get to the third split. So at this pace, we could do it. We're going to need to take more time away though. I think we might need to improve our lap time somewhat. But we are only halfway distance. This is interesting. I wasn't sure going into this one. Thought it could be done. After doing it on Supercross 6, I wanted to lap some guys on Ride 4, but I wanted to lap the entire field rather than just the odd few that we seem to always do. So 12th place is closing in, but look at us now. We are going to cross the line possibly at the halfway point as they're going up to Surtees. Yeah, we're already through. This is fun. We're closing in. This is almost like us starting in the back of the grid, doing a pit lane start and then charging in. Something for the future, I hope. We'd like to start from the pit and have a bit of a challenge that way. Or hopefully the AI is just that competitive that you don't need to do these challenges, but still, who knows what can happen in the future of the ride game. So now to the left-hand side for Graham Hill Bend. 64 thousandths of a second down. Stay consistent like that and we've got this one. Temperature is beginning to drop. Down to 26 degrees. Certainly nothing to be too concerned about, but that rear tyre, still cold. But if I recall, I don't think I changed the tyres, I just left it as it was. Jumped straight into the game and just thought, why not have it? Why not let it fly? Why not have some fun? As we go across the line, it's another 46-second lap time. 12th place is ahead of us. They're entering Druids now. That is Cody Murray. And Johan Nielsen is not too far ahead of him. So braking firm for the tight apex of Druids. We should, any moment now, get the lights on the KTM. I don't know when it'll actually occur. Has it already happened? It's just not that dark to see. Can't really tell. I think they might be on, but the floodlights are on now. And I think, yeah, the light is on the front now, so we're good. We're all prepared and ready for the next part of the race. I guess it's going to be a race of two halves, this one. The first 15 laps was nice, bright, nice and sunny. And now it's dark and miserable. Welcome to England. So here we go then. To the right-hand side, Cody Murray in striking range. We are now approaching Druids and they are yet to cross the third split. They have just done it now. We are closing in rapidly. I tell you what, I'm going to have to move out of the way here. Whoa! Aggressive, bold, brazen, forthcoming move as we slipped up at the inside into Druids. Well, blue flag should be given, I'm afraid, so yeah, move out the way. Simple as on that regard, but into Surtees. Oh no! Oh! Oh, that could really have scuppered our chances here. That's a blunder and a half on lap 17. Have I just ruined it? Rear tyres warm, that's a good change. Certainly hasn't been. So I feel like we've lost a lap there. We've lost a lap or two. 27 seconds clear from George Adams. That was a mighty blunder, that was. Got to get Cody Murray again. Either going into Druids. No, we've obviously passed Druids now. There'll be no chance of passing him into Druids. If I'm passing him into Druids, that means we're way too behind. So bring on the power. And I'm going to have to go through on him. The man with the Lorenzo helmet's not riding like Lorenzo. Excuse me. Maybe a modern Lorenzo in 2023. So now to the right. Clark Curve is approaching once more. Right then. Can we get across the line before they start the second split? It's going to be close. It's pretty much even. So they're approaching the second sector as we cross the line. We can do this. This can be done. And I'll tell you what, we will be doing it. I'm determined now. This is the one. Johan Nielsen, I'm going to pass you into turn 3, the Graham Hill Bend as it approaches. Can we? Gorgeous. Gorgeous move, but we did acquire penalty there. But, okay. I've already got the penalties. Not much more I can do just to add to it. But now to the right. Back on the brakes, nice and gentle for the right hand side. This is looking like the best lap of the race. Bring on that power of the KTM. Let's see what we can provide. Across the line we go. It is not an improvement. We just lost 81 thousandths of a second, but at that point that is damn near perfect consistency at this stage of this Grand Prix. We have 11 laps remaining. This is lap 20. We still need to pass 10th place, and then we need to pass the other 8 riders ahead of them. Oh, could we do it? We'll be getting, what, now towards 30s as they cross the line. I'm trying to work this out. I don't think I can. I need a bit more time to work this out. We just got to play it by ear and just see what we can do. If we don't manage 2nd place, then I'm going to be gutted. This has been a very determined effort, and if we hadn't have crashed, if we only hadn't crashed, that is our fast lap of the race nonetheless. 140, excuse me, not minute. There's no minutes. It's a 45-second lap time. It's a 45.804. Quick again in the first split from the Paddock Hill Bend to Druids. We've got this. I'm determined now. We're finishing the 2nd split, and they're just starting the 3rd. Alright, okay. This is interesting now. I do feel confident. And there's still plenty of laps left in it, really. It's a small track, and each 40 seconds goes by, and it makes you feel like that's getting tougher and tougher. Tyres are in a fantastic situation. This is going to be another consistent lap time across the line, and it is 46.034. Chester Anderson, ridden against him a lot in the Ride 4 career mode. I think we're going to tackle him into Druids, possibly. Here we go onto the brakes. Not quite. Oh, we'll tell you what, that's beautiful. Straight up the inside the Kawasaki. Job well done. Careful on the rumble strips. If that was Superbike 22, we would have perished. Guaranteed. That's wide again. That's more penalty. It's such a tough corner to not get baited into being too aggressive. And unfortunately for the Graham Hill Bend that time, I did make that mistake. Went too aggressive. Went onto the grass, and that is the tightest apex I think I've ever taken around the Clark curve. Not advised. So 2nd place George Adams started the 2nd split. We're going into the right hand side now, and we are going to complete the 1st split, and they're going to start the 2nd sector. We're closing in. I think we're going to get this, you know. I think we're going to do this. Just needs one of them to bump me or to take me out, and that is it. It's probably not going to happen. It's important this. We're down to 16 degrees temperature. Rear tyre is cold as ice, so we got to really push now. Trying to use a bit of rear brake in some corners as well. Now, oh, that was too tight to the apex once again. Trying to warm up that rear tyre. Give it everything we've got down this straight here. It's just approaching midnight, so my theory of us finishing before midnight was certainly a dumbfounded aspiration. Wasn't going to happen as we go a bit deep into the Paddock Hill Bend. 3 rides ahead of us, just entering Druids now. So firm on the anchors, and to the right we go. Keep it in tight if we can. Bring on the power. Get over to the left-hand side so we can position for the Graham Hill Bend. Nice and tight to the apex, not too eager on the acceleration, pushing the rear tyre out. Lost 0.8 of a second after my mistake into the Paddock Hill Bend. Now, for the 3 riders ahead of us, Yuki Uchimura, Suraj Pandey, and I do not know who the guy is in 7th. I guess we're going to find out in a moment, so across the line we will go, and it's Paul O'Connor. Paul O'Connor is in 7th spot. So we can get through on these 3. That's not my concern right now. My concern is at how far away is George Adams and Patricia Bouillon trying to go around the outside of the Kawasaki. It's worked. Up on the inside of the Suzuki. It's worked. Up on the inside of the next bike, which is the Yamaha. It's worked as we push them wide. We've still got a chance here. It's going to be close. This is going to be tight, but we're pushing. Pushing with everything we've got. Pushing like we're giving birth. Giving it everything now. Oh, too tight. Once again, too tight to the apex of the Clark curve. Just being a bit too eager. Wanting this a little bit too much. It's only a challenge, but I'm damn determined to get it. I am serious about these challenges. Especially here in a wonderful circuit here in Brands Hatch. The MSV circuit. So we now bring on the power. Back over to the right-hand side, underneath the Bridgestone Bridge. Do we see an opportunity? I think we do. I tell you what, this might not be as tight as we think, because we are charging. The AI, I don't know if they've lost speed, but they just don't seem that competitive. Or maybe I've just completely given them the benefit of the doubt here and assumed that they're better than they are. We're losing 2/10 on this sector, and we're still looking like we just need, what, 4 seconds to catch up to them now. Across the line we will go to 46.234. George Adams, Patricia Bouillon, Tinas Verdun, Costa Koskinen and Adriana Garrido. We've seen them all earlier, but we're seeing them here together, bunched up. It's quite a thrilling battle, as a matter of fact, for second place. None of these riders are wanting to give up, but there it is. That's all the 5 riders ahead. We know who's in first place, that's definitely us, and we're just trying to lap the field. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare your blue flags. DrAce is approaching, he's arriving. I think we've done this. All depends on how cleanly we get through on these guys. I'm getting a bit nervous now to get through on Adriana Garrido. We do go around the outside, I think that's the XJR. And now, using the power to get ahead of the Katana, we have 3 more riders to tackle. Tinas Verdun, Patricia Bouillon and George Adams. We might get this one done before the penultimate lap. Into DrAce we go. Careful for getting too close to the KTM ahead of us. He's a bit nervous upon the extent. Oh! Gosh! He was a bit nervous on the KTM and I got caught in his rear wheel. We lost a lot of time there. We certainly did, but I think we've done it. Around the outside potentially. Oh, not brave enough. The lady with the Casey Stoner helmet is holding on. But now to the right, we slip up the inside of the Ducati. Up on the inside. Oh, more contact. Goodness me. Getting all sorts of out of shape here. But we've done it. Before the penultimate lap, we have lapped the entire field. That is sensational. I have thoroughly enjoyed this one. This has been brilliant. And I hope you guys have too. I was nervous. I wasn't too sure if we'd get it done. But we did. And I very much enjoyed making this video, so I really, really hope that you guys had that faith in me to do it. And if you didn't, then shame on you. I always believed that we could get the job done. But now, into Surtees, then back over to the right-hand side. It's just approaching 4:30 here in Brands Indy. 16 degrees. I don't think it dropped any more than 16. I think that was the minimum, and we had the maximum of 28 degrees earlier. So, pretty different temperatures, which is depicting quite well for the rear tyre at this stage of the Grand Prix. But guys and gals, that's it. This is the 30th lap of 30, the maximum amount of laps you can use in Ride 4, and we have lapped the entire field. And you know what, if we hadn't crashed earlier and also made that mistake and bumped into other riders, we may have been able to lap 12th and 11th twice. Very much could have done. Now, in the previous Supercross video, I did lap the AI twice, and that was a strange feeling. It was a feeling of satisfaction and also a feeling of concern for the AI in Supercross 6. But we're not discussing Supercross 6, we're discussing Ride 4. And in a performance of a lifetime, we have won. And I'm trying to get a wheelie and a stoppie, but it's not happening. But we've won and lapped the field around here in Brands Indy. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to see more like this, just be sure to let me know. And of course, make sure you subscribed as well. So guys, like the video and I will see you in the next one. Consider becoming a DrAce member by clicking the join button. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.